Hey everybody, welcome to the May of 2021 Patreon Q&A. Honestly, I forgot to put the questions up until about last week, and then I said, let's do a quick fire round. And these do look like very short questions, which is quite handy. I'll start the first one. Jake the Naked Snake. Hey, Sparini. Spranici. Please will you read both the Old and the New Testament to us? One of you can do old, one of you can do new. I'm afraid, no, that's not going to happen.
Julian L says, do we have free will?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Unless that's what I have to believe. It's an interesting one. Do we technically have free will? They have found that, in a way, our brains make the decisions before we think we've made the decisions. Like, the brain decides to move your leg before you move your leg, but you thought about moving it, and it's like it's your subconscious telling your conscious to do something. London Phaser Rider. Congratulations to him for passing his test. Bees. Bees are cute, interesting creatures.
There should be a religion for bees.
There might be a religion for bees.
I made it up in school.
Beeism.
Because bees give life.
They are indeed the knees.
Ivor George says, why?
Why not?
Yes.
Hippodromes. If we'd not evolved into humans, what natural animal would you and Reno have evolved into? Whales. I'd like to be a whale.
Yes.
But I would be different. I would be like an angry whale that realises I weigh 50 tons and your boat weighs 1.
What, like Moby Dick?
Feisty whale.
Feisty whale.
What would you like to be?
I don't know. A sea dragon.
There you go then. Pretty.
Yeah. Mark Lally says, hey Reen-C, do you like Warhammer?
I don't dislike it, but I don't do anything with it. It's not really my thing. No, but I do quite appreciate like how well some people can paint the little figures and stuff. That I can appreciate. Robo Ninja 300. If a tree falls in the woods and nobody is there to hear it, does it make a sound? Yes. That's quite... Well, no, it depends.
I say yes.
Well, sound is just a vibration of air. It itself isn't a sound. It's only a sound when your ear translates that into a sound. So if no one hears it, then technically it's not a sound, but if there was someone there to hear it, then it would be a sound. So it kind of is a sound, but it's not.
Mephisto says, Dear Sprino, that is... Mephisto, congratulations, you have done it. You have used my name how it is actually meant to be used. The first person to do it, I think.
What, the way you wanted them to do it?
Yeah. No, they haven't, sorry. Disappoint. Oh, it was very close. Oh, that was very close.
That was going to get him through this yard work.
Sorry, it's like this, it's very close. They say, Dear Sprino, would you rather go full-on vegan or accept insect burgers and steaks as a replacement as a big part of normal meals? What? So would you rather be full-on vegan or have like insects and bugs in your burgers?
I would rather eat insects. Like mealworm burgers and cricket burgers and stuff that they make. Apparently they're very nice. And they're good for you. So I don't have a problem. I wouldn't want to eat the insects as they are, but like mealworm flour, which is what they can use to make stuff and give you really high protein stuff. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't know what I would do.
Young camcorder. Hey Sprino. Spice Snow. Hey Spice Snow. I think that might be a new one.
It might be Spicy.
What's your favourite sport? Why is it cheese rolling? Oh, sport. Why is your favourite sport and why is it cheese rolling?
Because I like cheese.
It's also one of the most extreme sports that exists.
Yes.
Apparently some guy did the 100 metres faster than Usain Bolt because he was spinning down the mountain at the time. I don't know if that's true or not, but also, he got his cheese.
Young camcorder, you got very close to using my name how my name is meant to be used. Giga Chad says, hello Spicy, if the YouTube side of things didn't gain traction and failed to gain popularity, or you didn't like the YouTube carrier, what sort of job could you see yourself doing now?
I don't know what job I'd done. Hopefully I would have just found something I enjoyed doing, but at the time that I started doing this, I was being a chef because I had no other option, what other job to find, and that job was not making me happy in the slightest. So it's hard to know what I would have done. But should say I suddenly decide tomorrow that I don't want to do YouTube anymore, which I can do. I'm free to do that. At some point, I may suddenly just decide, don't want to do this anymore. I want to go and get a normal job. Be a lot less stressful. Probably earn more money. But I wouldn't have such an interesting life and get to do such cool things. And if that was the case, I'd probably go and end up trying to get a job in somewhere in sort of an engineering place, trying to be a helpful person around there. I've looked at getting qualifications and stuff, but dyslexia will mess that up. And I know everyone's going to say, dyslexia won't stop you doing anything. Don't let it stop you. Yeah, I know, but it's whether I can be asked to go through all of that to do something I may not want to do. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Daniel Boddington. Hey, Spricey. Question for you both. Do you prefer naked or fed bikes?
Both.
Depends what sort of bike it is.
It does depend, I think.
Generally would say my taste would side on the naked.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of fed bikes look very similar once they're fully fed, but nakeds are generally different in a way. Maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Ghosty says, hey Spicy, do you think you'll ever win Ride 3 or 4 race nights?
No, Ghosty. Screw you. He's the one I can't... There's no chance of beating him. It just isn't. Toby Humberstone, why do people always ask about top speed on a 125cc bike? Like they would get a surprise answer. And why do manufacturers never talk about acceleration speeds on 125cc's? That would be far more relevant for an inner city rider, commuter. Yes,
yeah,
100%. People who don't know about bikes only care about the top speed. That's why when you're on 125s, people go, oh mate,
yeah, I want
how
to
fast does it go?
Oh yeah, it goes like 100 miles an hour.
But they're the same people that go, like, you'll be going around a corner through a little local village and a kid will be like, Rev, and you're like, no. Or, well, I'll do a wheelie, you're like, through the middle of a village.
Yeah, no, just...
Generally, people who don't know what they're talking about ask that question. However, the question about why do 125s, why do they not give out those figures? For that exact same reason. I don't I don't think... COVID. I don't think they give those figures out because whoever's got the highest number will be the one that people will want, irrelevant of like build and cost and all that stuff. They just, I want the fastest one, I want the fastest accelerating one. So I think that might be what it is.
Yeah,
but I do agree with you, it would be helpful.
Main Crotch says, hey, Hailing's finest. Ooh, sounds very fancy.
There's some very cute voles here.
Oh, yes. I don't have a question this month. Instead, I have a short poem.
Oh, God, here we go.
About how I get to sleep at night. Here goes. You should see me in bed at night. It is truly a hilarious sight. I watch Spicy and Reno on the YouTubies on my phone, squeezed in between my man boobies. I think you are both as awesome as ever. Stilton out!
It's very loud.
Sorry if the peaked the mic.
It's the GoPro, it'll probably deal with it. But if a headphone uses it, probably just destroyed them.
Sorry, headphone users.
Hey, Spino.
Spino? Oh, that's a new one.
Hey, Spino. What's your favourite wine? And please explain why. If you don't have a favourite wine, why not? I'm doing my set qualifications at the moment. No, I don't like wine. I've tried many different wines. I've tried some very expensive wines.
I've tried like one wine. I didn't like it, and now I just never tried any more.
The closest thing to a wine I'm going to like is going to be a white wine. But I just don't... No, I just don't like them.
I don't like the warming
feeling. And I don't like tannins from wine. I prefer rum.
Nathan Daniels says, hello, Jackie. How firm is your bottom?
Oh, sorry, you meant mine. Not as firm as hers.
Who's Jackie?
Well, you read it.
Well, whatever. Next one. Jess Fox. How?
From behind, with the candlestick in the kitchen. Panda copyright. Hey, Spino, Spino.
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 Spy.
How are you? How are you both today? As you can tell, we're fine. We've just had a nice walk down to the shop. It's like 25 degrees. We had ice cream.
I had ice cream. Yes.
We're doing very well. Thank you very much, Pamela.
Thank you. Nathan L says, if you were to get a super sport from one of the big 4 Japanese brands, which would it be? Any year, 600cc and upwards.
It would be probably the our super sport. I'd probably lead towards Suzuki because the bikes are a little bit bigger and more comfortable, but that only really leaves the 1000 because you wouldn't class the 750 as a super sport because it's not. Maybe they'll do it. I would be interested. I want to try the R7 because I know a lot of people have been like, oh, it's just an MT-07 with fairings on. I'm like, it's an MT-07 with fairings on. Perspective is everything.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't want to answer that one, although I expect yours should just be the CBR 600.
Probably, yeah. My bike, a Honda. I just like Honda in general, or I really like the look of the Ninjas. I don't know how. I can't remember what their CC is. Or an R6 probably, or something like that. Anyway, Roger Palmer says, I aren't clever enough to be funny. Just wanted to say hi both and chat. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to...
Also, when you just said an R6, Ghosty got a twitch. At some point, he's going to come into chat on Discord and be like... Matthew Valcor. Hello, Splino.
Ooh, very close.
You'll get very good with these now. Would you become a professional bank robber if you knew you would never get caught? Nah, boring. Rather do something more interesting than
that. Yeah. Jason Waddle says the new Katana or new Hayabusa as a daily.
Out of those two, Katana 1,000,000% because it's just smaller and more manoeuvrable.
I cannot even lift a Hayabusa off the side stand. I tried. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
I sat on it. It was humongous.
I think if you put a bit more belief into it, it would have moved.
Yeah, like this much.
Avocado. Hey, Spicy Reno. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? There is one question you have not mentioned, and that is the velocity of the chicken. I'm going to say 1 at Mach 14. Directly at its head would be enough to take its head off. So, 1.
Gee, wouldn't the chicken just explode if it was going like Mach 14? It would just get obliterated.
Yeah, but it's not going to obliterate on it like it just hit it and it just obliterated.
No, I mean the chicken itself obliterates.
Yes, it will, but it will also... If it was going Mach 14, right, it would hit an elephant so hard that it would literally take its head off.
Jeez.
It doesn't matter. It's mass times velocity.
Yeah.
A tiny, tiny little stone moving at incredibly fast speed can be as damaging as a boulder at 1 mile an hour.
My question is, why are we killing the elephants?
I don't think they wanted to. Also, if you ever go to White Cato's, which is like a rip-off version of White Castle in the Spicy 110 Minecraft server, don't go to White Cato's. He tried to put down my potato stall.
Oh no. Yang Ra says, best pizza topping to go with pineapple.
More pineapple.
I don't like pineapple.
More pineapple. Lots of pineapple on pizza. Tons of pineapple. Loads of pineapple.
Or just one big pineapple.
Throw the pizza away. Eat
just
a giant
pineapple.
There's some people right now just getting really annoyed. I think with pineapple, ham and pineapple is like the best.
Yeah, and then I just pick the pineapple off and then just have a ham pizza.
Pineapple, I don't mind it, but I wouldn't choose it. This is what I've said, right? Because people ask me, where am I? I have a simple answer. I would never pick it to be, like, if I'm going to buy a pizza, I would never pick ham and pineapple. But if I was at a buffet and there was ham and pineapple, I wouldn't mind eating it. Probably towards the last options. But, yeah. Gary Mussett. Hey, Spicy and Reno. Just out of interest, as you have both had your bike licenses for a while, how often or how long is it since you both read a copy of the Highway Code book? I did see this question when you asked it. It was an interesting thing. I thought, well, I haven't, because I know the rules of the road. Like, you don't read the instructions for a camera more than once. because then you just know how to use them.
Yeah.
So I do know what you mean, like to make sure you're not out of bad habits, but I don't think I've come across a sign or a road marking or anything that I'm like, I don't know what to do in this situation. So.
Plus, if you ride every single day or near enough every day, you're practicing it constantly anyway, so you're not going to forget.
When I was a child, we had this like Reader's Digest book of the highway code that had like 3 flip places, like things in it, and I used to play with it because it was fun because you go to things, but I learnt most of the highway code by playing with that book. That was not the intention of my mum giving me playing with it, but yeah, I learnt.
Alan Waters says, sorry for being late. A leprechaun ate my homework. Oh no. And my question, how many pigeons would it take to kill a unicorn?
Again, velocity. How fast is the pigeon going?
Are the pigeons doing a good deed? And are they doing a fight for seeds?
If he wants to kill a unicorn, then
they are feist pigeons.
They are if they're trying to kill, they are not roof pigeons because they are very chilled, but they just warm their bellies.
Mm-hmm.
There is 4 or 5 pigeons that live around here that we watch their antics every day. Everything from fights, sex, snugs, hiding, scared,
trying to arouse another pigeon, and then running away from it, flying away even.
That was the last question. We've got to the end of the Q&A.
Pigeons.
Thank you for this month's question. This month's questions. This was actually quite fun. I might say, like, keeping them about this length, like, you know,
short.
This sort of length, so it doesn't take minutes to read them out, is much more fun for people to watch and for us to answer, because it doesn't feel like we're reading an entire book before we get to the answer, and then we know we've got another 30 questions we've got to get through, so we can't really spend ages on that question. So yeah, I think we should do this sort of thing again next month. I will put that post up once this one goes live. So once you've seen this, you can go over to Patreon and go there and put your question. Beep, 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 beep. And hit the like button.
Yes. And subscribe if you are not subscribed.
In, they're probably subscribed. But we're on the way to 100k.
Yes, and you're very close.
I need a space. I think I'll put it up there. I'll have to move one down and move one up.
Or you could put it above that, because it would fit, wouldn't it?
No, I don't think so, because it's about A4 size. Yeah, anyway. Bye.
Bye.
Look at them all. Look at my brine shrimps. Yes, I have brine shrimps. I have caused an overpopulation issue, though, because they won't stop. Look, they're having a threesome. I'm not even joking. I think I may have seen a slight foursome the other day. Yeah. If you want to know more about brine shrimps, I could do a video, but you're going to have to request it. Because otherwise I'm not going to, because people are going to be like, what the hell is this? Bye.